Episode 45. All quiet on every front. Dr. Chatterjee folded the letter and placed it back in his drawer. He looked up at me and informed that the matter for now had been pushed under the carpet. But one wrong move by me, and it could all open up again like a can of worms. Why did I want to put my reputation and my job at stake? I just kept quiet. There was no use in telling Dr. Chatterjee that I had spoken up precisely because I did not want the matter to be pushed under the carpet. But would it have helped if I argued with Dr. Chatterjee? We had no witnesses and proof, as the letter also claimed. So how could I blame a well-known and reputed person of such a heinous crime? Does being well-known and reputed acquit you of all the wrongs you have done? I think I will go back a little and tell you from the beginning. She was always quiet, but I couldn't miss the spark in her eyes. She usually occupied the second bench in the middle row. I somehow never came across her in the college corridors or in the canteen or in the parking lot. In fact, I just saw her in the class. Priya. That's how I will address her. It's a common name. I would have loved to say that what happened to her was very uncommon. But sadly, what happened to Priya is so common, such an everyday occurrence. Years have rolled on, and as they say, time flies. But the Priyas of the world are still persecuted and targeted. I took Priya's mother to the library where we sat in a corner. She was dressed in a simple pink leheriya sari. She looked nervous and wanted to avoid meeting me totally. She hardly looked me in the eyes. Before I could ask her anything, Priya's mom began. देखिए मैडम जी, ये सब ना झूठ है. ऐसा कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है कभी भी. अरे भाई साहब ने तो हमको सेटल किया है. He got us a house. He helped my husband to set up his business. He's so caring and loving, Madam Ji. It was Bhai Sahab who got Priya admitted in this college. Priya तो उनकी बहुत प्यारी बच्ची है. And the lady started fiddling with her bangles. And as such, कुछ हुआ भी है ना मैडम जी, तो घरा की बात घरा में ही रहने देनी चाहिए. सबके सामने लाके क्या फायदा? प्लस आपके पास क्या प्रूफ है मैडम जी? प्रिया तो इज जस्ट लाइंग. आई नो, आई अग्री, शी डजंट लाइक हर बड़े पापा, बट टू अक्यूज हिम ऑफ समथिंग लाइक दिस इज वेरी रॉन्ग ऑफ हर. अरे मैडम जी, भाई साहब इज द चेयरमैन ऑफ द अर्बन डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन. हजारों बिल्डर्स रोज मिलने आते हैं. ही हैज सच अ रेप्यूटेशन. इवन द मिनिस्टर कॉल्स हिम एवरी डे. आप इस मैटर को यहीं खत्म कर दो मैडम जी. प्रिया को तो मैं समझा दूंगी, उसकी चिंता ना करो. I don't know who angered me more, the devil incarnate बड़े पापा or this female who called herself the mother of Priya. Did she have any idea about the trauma that Priya had been undergoing since the age of 10? Her emotions, her existence, her identity was being murdered right under the noses of her parents. And they were not ready to acknowledge the angst of their daughter. Couldn't they see that Priya was so traumatized? She was unduly quiet all the time. She did not have any friends. In fact, no friends from the opposite gender, which otherwise is such a common factor in teenagers. Didn't they understand that she never went out, never had fun with friends? She hardly ever laughed, never went out on picnics, or never went to discs and concerts movies, or never frequented cafes. She hardly hung around with friends or laughed and joked with them. Priya used to wake up screaming at nights. She had told me that she would dream of demons coming to attack her and take her away to some dark place. Darkness scared her so much that she would keep the room lights on even during the nights. Her mother had taken her to a few doctors, but when all of them advised her to take Priya to a psychiatrist or to a counselor, the visits to the doctor stopped altogether. Some quack, in fact, suggested the mother to give Priya some sleeping pills at night so that she would go into deep sleep and all the nightmares and scary dreams would never occur. That is why Priya would most often miss the first lecture. The prolonged use of the sleeping pills started taking a toll on her otherwise. She became dull and groggy. Priya couldn't remain awake for too long. She never participated in any activity and showed no enthusiasm either, because her energy would be low all the time. I tried to convince her mother to understand her daughter's situation, because if this continued for too long, Priya may develop major psychological issues and also an aversion towards marriage. I wanted to scream at her mother that she was being totally inconsiderate, unkind and insensitive towards her daughter. मिसेस जायसवाल, आपको किसी का डर है क्या? Please tell me. I will help you and Priya also, of course. अरे हम पुलिस में जाएंगे, मीडिया में जाएंगे. We will do something to help Priya. आपने खुद बोला था ना that all doctors advised you to take her to a psychiatrist or to a counselor. तो हम लेकर जाते हैं ना. I will find a very good counselor. But Mrs. Jaiswal, if you don't help your daughter or stand by her and protect her, then who else will? Don't you care for your daughter's happiness, for her future? अरे केयर करती हूँ मैडम जी, इसीलिए तो आपसे कह रही हूँ, घर की बात घर में रहने दो. If this comes out, तो you have no idea what will happen to us. My husband will go bankrupt. Our house will be taken away. Media will roast us. Court will demand proofs and evidence and witnesses. Lawyers will demand hefty fees. We can't face all of this, Madam Ji. We can't. Please, spare us. हमको छोड़ दो. To this day, I wonder what kind of parents Priya was cursed with. They wanted to enjoy all the luxuries and comforts of life by making her the sacrificial lamb. Her exploitation, her misery, the humiliation she went through at the hands of her Bade Papa, her angst and her depression just didn't matter to them. A week after I met Mrs. Jaiswal, a letter arrived from her husband. Dr. Chatterjee, do you hire professors to teach the curriculum or to antagonize the students against their own families? Let me tell you, we are a very well-known and reputed family residing in this city since more than half a century now. My elder brother has contributed immensely in the growth of this megacity as chairman of the Urban Housing Corporation. He has designed and planned big shopping complexes, malls, broad roads, parks, and so much more. And this female professor in your college is accusing such a person of sexual harassment? What does she think of herself? She's carrying out a negative agenda against us. She has no business to do this. Does she have any proof? Any witnesses? She can jolly well go to the police or to the court and complain. देख लेंगे उसको वहां. Dr. Chatterjee, I am not going to keep quiet about this. I will register an official complaint against this female. I will not allow anyone to touch the reputation of my family and especially of my daughter. It has been 2 years since this incident. Priya was obviously taken away from the college. I tried to get in touch with her, but her cell number was changed and no one would give the phone to her if we tried to contact her on the landline. A year later, Priya jumped from the 10th floor of a building and took her life. I have often wondered who is to be blamed for Priya's demise. Was it only her parents? Or was it that perpetrator of crime, that fellow Bade Papa? Or was it the insensitive societal system that never considers the pleas of a helpless victim? Or was it me who chose to keep quiet even after knowing the horrific details of Priya's case? Even after so many years, I have still not found any answers. I'm still clueless.